What's up, Sister Wives fans? This is my review of Sister Wives Season 19, Episode 1. And if you're wondering, did he just skip all the seasons between Season 1 and Season 19? Yes, I did. I tried. You guys, I really tried, but I just literally can't even. I can't. Maybe someday, but not now. And hi, if you're new there, I'm the Fresh King Benjamin. I am one of the many nephews of the Sister Wives. I'm a comedian. Out here in the wicked world. I grew up on the compound that Cody came from before it was a compound. And I'm not really associated with polygamy anymore, but sometimes I watch this Sister Wives and I tell you what I think about them. I've been taking a break from those reviews for a while because I need to take care of my mental health, and also more importantly because I've been building something really cool called Comedy Rumble. Comedy Rumble is a brand new competition-style comedy show where I take 8 comedians and have them compete for stage time. We start with round 1 where everyone does a brand new minute of comedy. So one comic comes up and does a brand new minute, and then another comic comes up and does a brand new minute, and then the audience votes between which one of those 2 comics they want to see go on to round 2. In round 2, they get 3 minutes. In round 3, they get 5 minutes, and then whoever wins closes the night with 10 minutes. It's basically the coolest show that I've ever been a part of. It's super fun. The energy is fantastic. We've done, I think, 9 or 10 shows up here in Salt Lake. Like 7 of them have sold out. I just started doing them down in Vegas as well, and they're going really well in Vegas. The next show in Vegas is on the 28th, so if you're a Sister Wives fan in Vegas and you want to see what the Pliglets are doing outside of polygamy, come check out that show because it's pretty rad. December 28th at the Wise Guys in the Arts District. And if you're in Salt Lake, check out the new Comedy Rumble on December 21st. That's this Saturday at the Salt Lake, the downtown Salt Lake location of Wise Guys. Anyway, now that promotional stuff is out of the way, let's talk about episode 1. This episode was exhausting. Oh my God. So much whining, so much complaining. And I get it. Divorce sucks. I've been through one. It's not cool. I can't imagine what 3 would be like at the same time. But oh my God. Favorite quotes from the episode. Number 1 came from Mary. This is my story too. You're damn fucking right it is. In fact, I think the most interesting thing about Sister Wives is not what has happened so far. It's what's going to happen next. I think a far more interesting show than what's happened so far is what are the Sister Wives going to do now that they're free of polygamy? I think that is a banger show. Quote number 2 came from Christine. I'm a big fan of divorce. Hell yeah, Christine. I am as well. Fucking love it. Divorce, if you are thinking about getting divorced, you should. I agree with that 100%. And then my third favorite quote came from Janelle. Shut your fucking mouth. Yes! Yes! Oh my God, I have wanted the women in my family to say that to the men in my family for my entire life. Thank you. So we start the episode out with Cody and Robin talking about their dreams of Coyote Gulch falling into flames and ashes. Which is weird. I don't know very much about Coyote Gulch or Pass or whatever it's called. It feels like Compound 2.0. I don't understand what it is with the polygamist urge to compound. Like every polygamist that I know eventually is like, we have to leave the world and go off by ourselves and keep ourselves safe from society, which is bonkers to me because literally I'm going in the opposite direction. Like the entire trajectory of my life has been stepping out of insular groups into the world and just being delighted. Absolutely delighted with everything that I find out here. All of the pain in this episode is so heartbreaking. Like Mary and her feelings of rejection, Cody and his like constant feelings of like everyone's attacking him. Christine is like the only light spot in the episode because she's like, I'm so happy. I love my single life. This is great. I'm having the best time ever. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I'm here for that. In fact, just please do a spinoff on Christine. That's what I want. Also, when did they start swearing? Like season 1, they're like so wholesome and nothing bad is ever said. And then like every other word in their interviews is bleeped in this season. Things went crazy, I guess. I missed a lot. I guess if you go to Vegas, you become super wicked, especially with like playing like blackjack and playing with face cards. Like I grew up and face cards were like not even allowed on the ranch. Like we would never play with them. They were super wicked, but apparently they're not now. I don't know. I felt bad for McKelty at her baby sprinkling, because even though Christine says at one point, like, this should be about McKelty and it should not be about me, the entire thing was about how Cody and Christine could not talk to each other and how they wouldn't greet each other and all of this. It was just exhausting. Like, just let it go. And actually, I kind of blame the producers for that too. Like, let's let that part of the storyline go and then let's focus on McKelty. let's focus on what's actually happening here, which is the welcoming of two brand new humans into the world. And then we move into moving Isabel from North Carolina back to Salt Lake. And there's this conversation around Maddie and Cody and their lack of relationship. And Janelle says something really interesting there about how Maddie requires like a consistent presence from Cody. And I get that a lot. In fact, one of the reasons that I recently cut my dad out is because he couldn't give me that. We had a conversation where I basically said, like, I need you to really show up for me consistently. And if you can't do that, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in being consistently let down by you. I would rather not have you in my life. And that's difficult to do to a family member. It's not something that I wanted or was fun to. But if that's where Maddie's at, high five to you. Like, yes, you deserve to have a consistent fatherly presence in your life. And if your dad is not giving you that, he doesn't get to just show up inconsistently whenever he wants. That's not cool. And it sucks as a child to have to do that to a parent. That's like parenting your parent. But sometimes that's what you got to do when you come from a toxic family system. Also, Cody's obsession with how this is happening to him reminds me of this quote I just heard from Timothée Chalamet, which I loved, which is that he realized that life is coming from him, not at him. And it feels like Cody's like, life is happening at me, he doesn't realize that it's coming from him, because he thinks that they're specifically not hanging out with him in order to hurt him. And what he doesn't realize, I think, is that they're specifically not hanging out with him, not to punish him, but because they don't enjoy being around him. It's not about him. It hasn't ever been about him. It's about what he gives to them. And what he gives to them is an inconsistent presence. And why would you want an inconsistent father figure in your life? I don't want that. I don't know anyone who does. I also loved Brandy, Mary's friend Brandy from Vegas. I loved the way that Brandy was mirroring anger and outrage to Mary the whole time they were having that conversation. I think that was super, super healthy and really healthy, because especially coming from a system like this, like Mormonism, and just the toxicity of that entire family dynamic, learning how to like own your anger is one of the most powerful steps I think you can make in starting to assert your boundaries. That was really, really helpful for me in my journey into what I believe is a more healthy expression of my life, is recognizing that my anger, I'd sort of dissociated from it. And then I realized that it was mine, right? And I deserved to be angry because I was treated poorly. And when you're treated poorly, anger is a justified response. And so I wanted to like give Brandy the biggest hug for showing that to Mary and like saying like, you might not be feeling angry, but I am. I feel angry for you. Thank you, Brandy. And when Mary says, what do I do with all this stuff that I have from the 32 years of marriage? And I get that, right? Like when I went through my divorce, I had so much stuff that was like, was about our lives together. And I didn't want to like throw it away because that felt weird. That felt like dishonoring that part of my life, which was important, even though it had changed. And so what I ended up doing that I loved, and which this is what I would say to Mary if she hasn't done this already, burn it. Burn that shit. Because that is a powerful way to transform, right? It's honoring, it's empowering. It takes this physical, tangible thing that's representative of this part of your life, and then it transforms it into something new, and it releases that energy. So that's what I did. If you're trying to figure out how to like move on from something like that, burn that shit. And then the last thing I'll say about this episode is I loved Brandy at the very end where she says, I don't think you know how good it could be. And that is so true. I think that Mary, Janelle, Christine, probably even Cody, I think everyone in a plural marriage situation in Mormonism does not realize how life affirming and how powerful, how meaningful and nurturing a relationship can be, because they weren't programmed to believe that that's what relationships were for, right? Relationships are to get you into heaven. They're not to take care of you right now. And so that's what I really wish for all of my aunts in the show, is that they get to have the experience of a nurturing relationship, of a relationship that's about them, not about something else, not about a commandment or God or a family, but about them and their needs and their desires and their wants. Anyway, those are my thoughts for season 19, episode 1. Come check me out at Comedy Rumble, December 21st in Salt Lake and December 28th in Vegas at the Wise Guys. We're going to have a good time. It's super fun, and I might even make some Sister Wives jokes. Peace.